So this is a very serious video that I want to cover because it's going to cover so much ground for the future to come. Okay? Protect your energy for the future. What it looks like, what it means to protect your energy for the future. Protecting your energy for the future. Protecting your energy for the future. Now, what's in the future? What you see of your life will transpire. It will come. What you envision, you see it, you observe it, because that is what is ahead of you. Why? You got to reverse engineer things. What you say, you got to reverse engineer it. So because it is in the future, you can see it. And you see it because it is in the future. But why though? Because you see it. You see? You think it over and over again. See it to believe it. See it to achieve it. Be it, and it is done. Ask, and you shall receive. You're asking because you know that it is there. It is out there for you. You see it because it's already been done in the future. Or you could say another universe, a parallel universe, or another dimension, Ask, and you shall receive. Protecting your energy for the future. What it looks like is not being alone, not being isolated, not separating yourself from the world, from people, because people are weird. Nope, it don't look like that. It looks like consciously making the efforts to subsidize yourself from energies that don't serve, build, and pour into you. And of course, it's a seesaw, right? If you on one side of the seesaw and you get on it and then the other side go down, now you up and you got no other person to bring you down. So you just up or you just down, right? It's the same thing with life. You be amongst people, but still know who you are. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them, and know when to walk away. I know it's an old ass country song, but real shit. Know when to hold them. Be patient while you're being amongst people. Because you can't stiff arm the whole world. You can't stiff arm everybody who doesn't want to help. You'll know when it's time to walk away. You'll know when it's time to fold them. I'm good. You'll know when it's time to you'll know when it's time to deploy humility. You say less. You're more easygoing. You'll know. But protecting your energy for the future is having stronger clarity, having stronger discernment. Now, whatever that looks like for you, you must do that now for the future. You must abstain from sex, abstain from smoking, from drinking, from vaping. Maybe you a glutton, you love food too damn much. You're a foodie, you be eating too damn much, your sweet tooth, sugar. You be spectating people too much. You gotta abstain from that. You gotta cure that within you. You gotta cure that. Y'all see my videos? I stopped watching pornography 2019. I was 18 years young. Of course, I've had relapses over the years. But every single time from that perspective, and it was really cold turkey when I was 18. From that perspective that I adopted when I was 18, freshly out of high school, I'm like, this is gross, this is disgusting, this is inhumane, and I don't know why the hell I had became addicted to this, but I know why. So I began to reverse engineer the process. Like, how did it happen? Who got it started? Childhood stuff. That's why one of my first episodes on the Just Be Simple podcast was me talking about my childhood trauma involving sex, involving girls, involving family members, involving emotionality, right? That's why, because I reverse engineered it. So protecting your energy is having discernment, strong clarity. The person who's always busy is never focused on anything. Reverse engineer. The person who is never focused on anything is always busy. You see? They're always attempting to distract and preoccupy their brain with something to fill, so they don't think about what was, what is, what happened, what's happening internally. So what do? They push the world away. They push everything away and they invite distractions in. I'm tired of living demons because they always inviting more. Think being broke was better. Demons are always going to invite stronger, better, wiser, smarter, more conniving entities in. If you let one in, you'll let 5 in. If you let 5 in, you'll let 20. You know how it go. It's a cycle. It's a domino effect. It's a train. It's a train. You've allowed 5 people to destroy your life until you get sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick. You'll always have people that come into your life seeking to destroy. They're playing search and destroy, and you are the objective. They are trying to search within your soul, your spirit, find what is intricate in your life, and they look to destroy you. They look to destroy you. Wow. Ain't that about a bitch? But there's a lot of people out there like that. So, but discernment is saying, I'm strong. I'm strong enough. I'm wise enough. I am in tune with self, my spirit, your God, your higher power. I am in tune enough to understand that this is not for me. This is nowhere I should be. This is no place that I need to be around. And these are not the people that I need to be occupying my time. Yes. Yes. Just that simple. Just that simple. But it comes from practice. It comes from repetition. So, like I said in the beginning, protecting your energy for the future does not mean you isolate yourself. You stay at home and you protect yourself being in-house. No, you got to be outside to know inside. I'm going to say that again. You got to be outside to know what's inside. You got to see these different variants of people so you can smell them. No weird stuff. Okay. So you can smell their energy. You can decipher their language. Some of them speak in tongues. Some of them speak French. Some of them speak Spanish. Some of them speak. Some of them speak Geechee. How you like that one? That was a crazy pull, right? Geechee. How you gonna know how they move if you only see them on a YouTube video? Sometimes you really just got to see it in person, up close and personal, to be like, okay. And trust me, I know what some of y'all are thinking. Y'all are thinking, well, JB, I don't need I don't need to experience something firsthand to know what it actually can do to and for people. Sure, you're right about that, but you scary. And I'm gonna tell you why you scary. Because yes, we know the big things, smoking, like messing with strippers, like prostitutes or escorts, or like, if you don't smoke, if you don't do any drugs, messing with drug dealers or scammers, finesse, stuff like that. Like, duh, no shit. No shit. But things like I'm speaking right here, so you can learn, it's sociology 101. It's anthropology 101. It's, yeah, that was a class I took in high school. Sociology. I excelled in sociology because, and psychology, obviously, like in-field psychology. There's just things that you got to learn from talking to people, them being manipulative. They cannot help themselves. They always squirm because being still is very uncomfortable to them. They cannot be still. They cannot allow someone to talk about them in a in a and it's so interesting because it's subjectively wrong to them but objectively truthful, and they still can't sit in it. They still can't sit in the fact that somebody is telling themselves, they're telling you about themselves. No, I said that wrong. They cannot accept the fact that somebody, an outsider, is telling you about their perception of you. Don't mean you got to accept it, because it's subjectively true to them. But objectively, they could really be saying some things that make you scratch your head and be like, okay, like, because you're you. You don't know how you operate every single second of the day. What your words or lack thereof, what they do to people, or for, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what they do until somebody opens their mouth and says it. You can't get that from a damn YouTube video. Watching a podcast, you got to see that shit in person sometimes. Okay? So, to the future, you, to your future self, I hope you are smiling. I hope you are healthy and wealthy. Not just your first thought goes to financially, monetarily wealthy. I mean, rich, wealthy, healthy, in in essence, in spirit, in friends, in people that you can trust in opportunities, laughs, great moments. I'm talking laughs that make your stomach hurt. You gotta walk off. You got tears in your eyes. That is wealthy. That is rich when you can have moments like that on a consistent basis. Of course, abundance in money as well, right? Doing what you please, helping people when you can. I hope that attracts you, or attracts to you rather. I hope that attracts to you because you deserve it. But what you deserve comes in your preparation. What you deserve comes in your preparation for what you desire. Oof. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What I have now is all a manifestation of my mind years ago. When I was 18, when I was 20, when I was 19, when I was 21 even, right? It's all a manifestation of what I seen. So all I had to do was just work backwards, do what I know I had to do to get to this place. You know, the great Dave Chappelle, man. one of his stand-up specials, man, or it wasn't a special, but one of his stand-ups. He was in Washington, D.C., and he spoke about the power of a dream, the power of a dreamer. And I have a video on my channel probably about like 7 months ago, 7 to 9 months ago. It's titled "The World Favors the Dreamers." And Dave Chappelle was speaking about, I am on this stage at 50 from the dream that I was having when I was 18 or 15, right? That's powerful. A dream is very powerful. And he was like, you got to understand when you are living in your own dream versus when you're living in somebody else's dream. And he gave an analogy about, when he was, a little like timid. He was in the club smoking a cigarette or something like that. And some dude who is not as famous and popular as Dave Chappelle is across the club in a section, and the girls come, the girls come with the bottles and, the sprinklers and shaking a sign and shit. Maybe not as rich as Dave, maybe, whatever, right? But he was giving that analogy like, in that moment, I am a tool in somebody else's dream. Because when he goes home or he sees his brothers or his coworkers the next day, he's going to say, yo, I was in a club, man. We had our section, man. The bitches was live. The club was live. The music was turned. And I seen Dave Chappelle looking at me across the club. I seen Dave Chappelle in the club while we was popping bottles. That story is somebody else's dream. So you got to know when you are living your dream, living in your manifestation versus somebody else's. And I thought that was just so amazingly put. And it goes deeper than that, of course, being a dreamer and being in somebody else's dream versus your own. But needless to say, what you are experiencing in the future is because you manifested it. You made it. You created it. You gave the format. You drew out the format, you made the blueprint, and here you are. And if you don't like where you are at currently in the future, 10 years later, 20 years later, if you don't like that, go back internally because you made that. Consciousness is a string of choices. Choices. That's it. That's it. And it's interesting because it's called consciousness, the stream of consciousness, and it is automated, meaning it is subconscious. It is what you think you deserve. In capital letters, think what you think you deserve. That's it. That's it. So I really do hope this message reaches you well in the future. And you have been practicing and preparing for the life that you truly want. Building the skills and the qualities of someone that has a life like that with discernment, because you can't be so giving to everybody. The more money you make, the more you increase your abundance. And abundance is not luck. That's another video, So I really do hope that the qualities that you have been manifesting is apparent in your life in the future, right now, because you deserve it. I love you. Take care of yourself. Just be simple. And it's your boy JB.